MassCar, they didn't want to do the show anymore. They had an executive meeting at my house, and that's when I said, I'm not going to let this die. It's too good. And I kept it going with RTS.
Doug White from Model Car Muse. We're here at the RTS show, Taunton, Mass. I'm here with the head guy, Stu Marcus.
Hi, how are you?
Been putting on these shows for years. I can't remember even when the first one I came to was. It was so many years ago. I'm here with Ron Weisinger, an old friend. We've shared so many stories over the years. Ron brought one of his builds that he did recently. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. It was a monogram Bronco that came out a couple of years ago. We did this as a club project, Town of Newburgh Club. This particular model only had the full roof.
Yeah, it's an old one.
I actually cut it, sectioned it, and reformed it. There are guys making that now in resin.
I don't remember, so I said, well,
I scratch built that, including the...
You started this like when the kit first came out.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it was like we were like all in.
Right. This was brand new at the time. The snowplow rig is all scratch built in the bumper. And yeah, I just wanted to make it look like the old service field from the 70s. A couple other things, like I had to remove the spare tire from the back, so I had to fill in the holes and stuff like that. But other than that, it's pretty much stock stock.
You added some accessories to the bed.
Oh yeah,
Recognized from
yeah,
some great old AMT kits.
Yeah, had some old stuff. Put a hard hat inside, and some old parts, batteries, and air cleaners, and all kinds of just junk. Aftermarket decals, that was all Gopher decals to make nice stuff.
I had built a couple of models when I was a kid, but not cars or anything. And he's been building most of his life.
Yeah, 50 years.
I think we can do together, and then we can go to shows together as well.
So, Linda, you brought your Coca-Cola car and your VW Beetle. I bet the graphics on that Coca-Cola car must have been really challenging.
They really were. The green is a decal.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of what sold me on the kit was that, it has the old-fashioned look of the old Coke bottles.
Yep.
It took a lot of the solvent to get them to wrap around the hood. They're in 3 pieces, so you have to line them up as well.
The green is so vivid and saturated, as is the red. You really can't tell where the paint and the decal starts and stops.
Right.
She wasn't quite sure where to start with the decal because you want to line everything up just right.
Yep.
So we started with the hood, and then we did, the fenders. Because if you don't get the fenders just right, you're not going to get the hood lined up, correctly.
Kind of working front to back.
Front to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very large decals too, so kind of hard to...
They were good decals though, and the kit came with a lot of extra decals, so you could kind of use your judgment what you wanted to add to it.
And that white interior really sets it off well against the white stripes and the graphic.
And it's funny because when it was just all red with the white interior, you almost didn't feel like you needed the decals. It's such a sharp looking car.
Yeah, good challenge. Love the dark centers on those wheels.
Formerly the show was the MassCar Model Club, but the Model Club kind of got broken up and found other things to do. Stu Marcus, the gentleman who runs the show, said he was going to change the name to the RTS show. Well, nobody asked anything. We thought it was maybe somebody's initials or some,
And I heard a story today about how that name came about. I thought I'd heard that story before, but didn't quite take it seriously.
It was seriously. I lived it.
So how did you go up with the name RTS?
I believe at the time we were about an hour and a half from the Canadian border in Maine, and we're snowmobiling, and we're going up a mountain on a trail, but then all of a sudden I hear this bearing louder and louder and louder. On a snowmobile, the main bearing let go, which is the drivetrain. Had to stop the machine, disconnect the belt. The belt runs the track because you're not going to move if the belt's connected to the track. My buddy Rick pulled over with his tow rope. 2 hours later, towed me to the place where we were going for lunch. Finally made it. The diner let us call the recovery service, and we told them where I was. And at that time, RTS was born. Rick Towing Stu. And that, folks, is a true story.
Well, now we know. What was the inspiration for your bug?
She had a bug when she was, her parents had one.
Yeah.
So when we saw that,
It wasn't a convertible though, and I thought my mother would have loved the light blue. Anyone who grew up in the 60s and 70s, Beetles were like the neat little car.
They had such a great sound.
yeah,
You could always
very
hear them.
distinct. Yeah.
Full sound.
They really weren't that great of a car.
I remember my mother had one. She'd tell us to lift our feet because the floor was rotted out when we hit a puddle in the road. So.
On the Beetle, it says, "You bugged me."
Okay, she printed that out.
Oh, you printed it out, so perfect.
Another vehicle that's mine right here is the Mobius kit, 65 Ford, but that's strictly box stock. I don't go crazy with wiring and stuff. I like to just build it box stock. That was a great kit, but I enjoy building commercial vehicles and I'm not into customs too much.
But definitely race cars.
Race cars, absolutely race cars.
Prolific race car.
I'm proud of that paint job. There's not much of a story behind that, except that I used to own a lowrider bicycle store. So from that, a lot of this has evolved. So I really just wanted to dedicate to getting as close to authentic as I could. So I did the multicolored flake there and the etching. If you notice, there's etching on all the chrome front and rear. That's a certain little spot in my heart.
We all love coming here and just hanging out.
Exactly, and that's what this was all about. And we've actually been at this hotel over 30 years.
Right. I can remember
Shows.
coming up there.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we did,
And the dinners.
for 20
the
years.
dinners the night
For
before.
20 years,
Oh,
I
you
did
put those
banquets.
on? Yeah.
When banquets were cheap. And they were all-you-can-eat banquets. And I'll never, 2 instances, the L.I.A.R.S Club. I'll never forget when the lady put out the pan of the seafood casserole. That pan was gone in 10 minutes. And then there was another instance with the L.I.A.R.S Club. They said, Stu, you gotta come over here. The chicken is pink, it's not cooked. I said, it's Cape Cod stuffed chicken. What does that mean? Cranberry. And that's when they thought it was raw chicken, but it was the cranberries because it was Cape Cod stuffed chicken. And everybody would have had a great laugh on that one. And that's a true story too.
And Ron, you're Woody.
Yeah, this is a
Gorgeous.
39 wagon rod, painted in purplicious, and I painted the wood. It's not a decal, 4 different colors for the
Got a
wood
lot
grain.
of depth.
Thank you.
Now, the paint itself, the gloss, is so smooth.
That's out of a can, wet look clear, believe it or not. Yeah, heat the can up, you know, the little tricks that you
Oh
learn.
yeah, it
you
pulls
know.
it off, and it's such a great contrast against the somewhat satiny matte finish of the wood.
He loves purple. So.
Yeah, purplicious.
Very regal. Are those wheels from the kit?
Yep, those are the block stock wheels that come with the kit. I like sedans. My father owned a motorcycle dealership, so I go with him to deliver the bikes, and they had vans, you know.
Yeah.
This was made out of a 59 Impala. So I cut the bottom, I made the boat. None of this came gold plated. I did all the gold plating, spray paint even. This is real velvet inserts inside the seats. And everything closes up, folds up. All of that was pretty much scratch built. This just happens to be my favorite cars, the 59 through 62 Impala. So I always try to make sure that all my underbodies match what would be on the outside. We're going to that sort of show level.
There was another fella named Tony Mazzola who I said, Tony, I need a logo made. Tony designed RTS, taken from the old MassCar Model Club people. Because I've always liked the way it looked like a sheet from a model car.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun ever since. You know, it's ups and downs, but everybody can do what they can do. It's just adding a little bit more glue.
So next year at this time.
Yeah, next year, May 21st, 2023. It'll be another show. It'll be a vendor. Not sure if it's going to be a contest or an NNL, but it will be something.
Great.
Here.
Here,
We'll
of
be
course.
here.
And next
Great.
year, it'll be a DoubleTree Hilton.
Oh, this place is changing.
Again.
Same address, new name.
Yeah. Same bat time.
Always awesome
Oh,
seeing you.
good.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Yep. Come on, Drew.
Take it.